Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sweet Reality Kenya TV. On Sweet Reality Kenya TV, our program Politics 2022 is on air once more. And today we are very, very glad to meet Honorable Moses Owino Oginga Nyathi kich. Moses Owino Oginga Nyathi kich is an aspirant Yimbo East Ward for the position of MCA. Karibu sana Nyathi kich. Give us your background and why you are called Nyathi kich.
Thank you for your time. I'm Moses Owino Oginga. Moses Oginga come from a village known as Luala village in Nyamonye sub-location, North Yimbo, within Yimbo Eastward. I started my primary school at Ragak Primary School, a neighboring school, up to class 3, then proceeded with my primary education at Rapogi Primary School in West Yimbo, the other side of Yimbo. That is my mother's place. At class 6, I lost my dad. And my dad was only one son among 3 daughters. When he passed away, we were left with our mom, grandfather, and our grandmother. So after Rapogi Primary School, I went to Senge High School. And at Senge High School at Form 3, my mother, my grandmother, and my grandfather died the same year. And we were left at home young. I'm the second born. At that time, I was in Form 3. My mother left us with a breastfeeding child. So the community felt that we were still young to take care of ourselves on our own. So they wanted to distribute us to other relatives that may take care of us. But I stood and refused, said that no, we are going to stay together. We are going to try to do our things together so that we may proceed with our schooling. We remained at home, but I could not go back to school because the parent had gone. My mom was the one trying to educate me through a small business. I stayed at home for 3 months. I'm a born-again Christian. I guess that is from class 6. So I was leading the Christian Union at Osenga High School. I was the CU chairperson. So I used to pray for the student, leading praise and worship, sometime leading some worship in the assembly, and praying for students when they are going to class. At a time I used to fast in school, just telling God something about my background, telling God something about our siblings, telling God something about my future life. So when my mom passed away and I stayed for 3 months, I thank so much Mr. Owino, who was our principal, Owino, who just retired at Kanga. Mr. Bura is the current head teacher at Majengo Primary School, Secondary School, and Mr. Nyende, the late Mr. Nyende, who passed away. These 3, the head teacher asked, where is this young boy who used to lead us in worship? This guy who used to pray. And he was told that the boy lost his parent, he's at home, he has no way he could come back to school. He sent a certain cook who was from our village to come and call me. So when I went there, they talked to me and he told me that he won't help me because of the background. He want me to finish my Form 4 level. He asked me that he's going to fix me within the school payroll as a worker so that I get how to pay my school fee. He's not going to give me any salary. The money will be taken to my school fees direct. I accepted with a lot of thanks. Then sometime I could wake up at 9 a.m., walk down the hill and pump the water. Then at 4 a.m. I'm in class with the student. During school closings, I'm in school taking care of the cattle, the sheep, and other things. The small money could be taken to my school fees. When the parent come to school, he would ask parents to contribute something for few vulnerable students. So sometimes you will end up getting even more than 15,000 that have just been contributed among the parents, and that will be distributed among us. There were 3. So that is how I finished my school. And when I came back to 05, I gave first attempt 2013 into politics when I contested and became number 2. So with that background, people nicknamed me Nyathi Kich because it was a bit not easy to get into politics with that humble background. So that is how the name Nyathi Kich came. Thank you.
From that humble background, Moses, why do you want to get into the murky field of politics? What is it that you want to do that others have not done?
Thank you for that question, sir. Just from background, I want to tell you that I have really gone through very tough situation in life. I've learned through hard way. I've seen what it is for a man to live under the sun.
Indeed, Moses. I'm sure you have something to compare with.
Have something to compare. Have a life to compare. I've also compared when the bursary was in the hand of teachers. That is when I joined Form 1 and Form 2. Then it was taken to the hand of politicians. I know what it was and how it is now. How it was a bit easy to access the bursary because you only had to work hard in class, be disciplined, and promising. Then the teacher will consider you and give you bursary. That was all. What is it today? Whether you are disciplined, you are bright, all those things, if you don't know anybody, it is still something else. Just like Chinua Achebe put it, doesn't matter what you know, but whom you know. It's the real situation now. I'm getting into politics because I know it is through the politics, through legislation, that our voice can be heard. Representations in the legislation assembly, that is national and county assembly, those are where we can take our issues directly. But what's the difference now? Most of the people we are electing seems to be lacking few things. One, they've not gone through this life. Some of them are not taking people for their electorate for granted. They are not listening it at all. Legislation is all about representation. Let me ask you one thing. If now you are the one representing maybe your studio into a certain level, your boss have asked you to go and represent them in a certain meeting, what are you supposed to do? Before you go and after you've just gone to that meeting, what are you supposed to do? To me, I think when you are going, you consult, boss, I'm now leaving for that meeting. What are the topics you'd like me to talk about? What are the issues do you want me to talk about? You will be discussing them. And you note down, and then you go and represent him.
Yeah, that is true, Honorable. And that is what we call consultation.
Immediately you're from that meeting, what are you supposed to do? You come back with your boss and explain to him how the meeting was, what you discussed, and how you concluded it. That is all about representation. Our people should always be consulting us even before they go to the assembly, and that's what the constitution says. Then when they are from there, they come and consult, give us the feedback. It is not just public participation. It is beyond the public participation that is in the constitution. Can we have some gatherings where an elected leader will always be having one-on-one talk with these people, knowing where the gap is? That is what Moses Owino wants to bring. I want to bring hope to these vulnerable young people that are going through very, very tough situation as I went through. Just to give them hope, just to give them a hearing here. The widows, those who had lost their parents, their husbands, I want to give them hope because I know, I really understand what my mom went through, trying to make us what to be in life. It was so difficult. But these mamas have nowhere to give their views. There's nobody to listen to them. It is not all about giving them money. It's not about giving them those support. But sometimes ideas is very important. Just sitting with them, talk to them, give them ideas, connect them with somebody, try to find a way how they can get assistance. Very important. A parent is not just there to give his children money and maybe other financial support, but guidance is also very important. That is what is lacking in the leadership that we have. They are not available for the people. They are not listening. Some of them are very arrogant. Two, the reason why I'm getting into politics and development is almost one thing. It is quite difficult to separate the two. Once we have a bad politics, definitely will we have not have a development. Therefore, I want to give a hope to the vulnerable. I want to bring alternative leadership, consultative, inclusive, and available leadership. Thank you.
Very inspiring, Honorable. Now, as you get into politics, what are your 5 pillars? What do you stand for? What is it that you really yearn to do?
Isaiah, thank you so much. I have few things on top of my agenda. Pillar is water. Water has been an issue. It is quite unfortunate that after 5 years, 10 years of devolution, water is still a problem. Have a different approach on it through consultation with the people, through consultation with our professionals, through consultation with those people. When I talk about professionals, which means that every sector, I'll be having some consultative meeting with the elites from the soil, the professional on that department of soil. I'm going to have our people grouped in an area of their professions so that we get the best. We have schemes that are well surveyed. The PENWA was well surveyed, was funded with the Action Aid. And I always believe that if it's given a good approach with a good management, it can supply water everywhere within the Yimbo. We also have some schemes like East Yimbo that has just been introduced by my current MCA that can also be maintained. The one at Barkanyango, Jerusalem Mogam, how can we find a way that it is activated and solve the problem of water? If there is need to introduce another scheme through consultation, we'll go that direction. Roads, it's been done well through the devolution, that is a plus, though not in a manner that showed the value of the money. I'm going to maintain the roads that have been spent, make sure that they're rammed, culvert, and open a new roads where there's need, especially some villages that looks very neglected. Ndiwo village, Chuodo, Rahondo, going up to Ngonya side of it. That is some villages within my ward. And going up to Ngonya side of it. That is some villages within my ward. And health, okay, I know under the Bill of Rights, Chapter 4, it is a right that every Kenyan should be accessing health within a distance that is reasonable. We are going to make sure that we build more maternities so that our women does not suffer. We are going to see in a way that we can introduce labs services within our dispensaries so that you don't walk distances. So it is so unfortunate that sometimes somebody walks into a dispensary, the medicines are there, but is asked to go and get tested at a distance health center, Bondo or Usigu, before he's actually facilitated. So those are so much expensive, and we are going to see a way of how we can have services done within the dispensary. Some of our dispensary does not go beyond 7 a.m. If you walk there at night with emergency, you simply get nobody to attend to you. Can we have some more staffs, at least working shifts, so that within one dispensary we can get some people attending to our emergencies at night? And agriculture, which is also devolved, have issue of food security. It is yellow swarm that have been the backbone of our food security. But we've been having a serious problem with the yellow swarm, which also still goes to the legislation and representation, and I'm going to make sure that the justice is served, so that our people at the yellow swarm have their place well in a set areas that are accessible, and the water yellow is done in a manner that it doesn't always burst and get into their farms, destroying their crops, so that it serves us with the food security. Water plants around the area can also be done in a manner that the small groups can be planting vegetables and tomato, so that we eat fresh vegetables within our localities. On the seeds, the problem that our farmers, small farmers have been having, they are planting these types of seeds that have been replanted since our grandfathers, and it's not doing well. This is because of the poverty and maybe the price of the subsidized seeds in the market. I'm going to introduce some funds into the agriculture that will be actually purchasing seeds and giving the elected and small farmers at affordable price during planting season. Under sports, which goes with even empowerment to our young people, especially the border sector. The border sector is a very serious industry that, when given a serious approach, can actually solve a very big problem of our young people. I'm going to organize them in a manner that can be trained, finance skills, saving culture, so that they have a serious circle, have some money into their circle through the county government, and they can be purchasing their motorbikes within that circle, so that the interest goes back to them. The middleman has been really frustrating these people. You deposit 15,000 and pay 400 per day after 18 months. When you calculate that money, it is almost 220 something thousand. But when you walk to the market with 110,000, you get a new motorbike. So it is like you are buying two motorbikes indirectly. So if they are facilitated, they purchase these motorbikes within their circles, and those small interest get back to their circles that can still assist them do other business apart from just purchasing motorbikes. This will also help some of them that wanted to go to school, maybe went to border to raise some capitals. They can be borrowing some money within their circle, so that they proceed with the schooling. The same sports and nurturing talents will be the same sports and nurturing talents. We'll be having a cultural activities every year at a place where at least every person will be trying to portray his talent. I was giving people a good example. So now, if you want access in this musician, you'll pay more than 200,000. More than 200,000 to Inda. Will be coming around 9 p.m. that is, and will be leaving around 4 a.m. Just calculate how many hours are that. And this gentleman has taken 400,000. Maybe Inda did not go to any. I don't think Inda went to any university in Kenya. He doesn't have a PhD. He doesn't maybe have soma sana, but he can be getting his money through the talent. If you walk now to Inda, that ask him, you want to take him back to your place to play a music to you, and you have 200,000, he will tell you that there are some people who had come. There is a list. You will have to wait for some few days or few months, which means that Inda has been getting 200,000 almost every day to some point. And to sometimes even a teacher, sometimes most of our teachers who went up to degree level, they are earning 70,000 per month. After 30 days, Inda get it 200,000 within some hours. So it is not a must that everybody must just go to school is when he can earn his living. No, through talents we can be uplifting our people. How many Indas do we have within our area that have not just been realized? So I'm going to have a place where at least they can be coming, practicing, and they are exposed to life, to the world outside, so that everybody earn through his talent. Women circle. I said there's something funny happening in our villages called merry-go-round, doing wonders. These women that always regroup themselves in small groups doing merry-go-round and then sharing out every December has really changed the life of our society. And actually, when they share out, you see there is a change in the society. Sometimes your wife brings you some good clothes, some good furniture that are just come from those groups.
Indeed, it is said that when you educate a woman, when you educate a girl, you educate the whole society.
If these people can be retrained and trained and trained, then we introduce what we call social welfare fund. Make sure that at least they can access their some few funds into those groups, women abedo women groups at the market, so that they borrow it within that, do business, take it back, and help their boost their groups. It will be so wonderful. If you want to know the power of a woman, just go to any house that a woman has funds, has got some good money. You'll realize that that house does well than compared to a house that is only a man that has got some good money. These women are talented. They are just managers. Take 1,000 today, Isaiah, and give your wife. Or I come there and give your wife 1,000 shillings. I also give you 1,000 shillings. Then I walk away and come back after 1 week. Then I ask you, Isaiah, how did you spend your 1,000? I know 1, 2, 3 things that are common. You'll tell me some are used in bundles, some you used drinking with your friends somewhere, some airtime, and the small money was spent in maybe purchasing some newspaper and other things. But when I ask your wife, even before he tells me, I'll see that there is the young child in your house the shoe has been bought, some clothes for your children, something has been put in the place in the house that is so productive. And maybe this money has been used to purchase even food that you also ate in that house. So they are so good. So I'm going to empower women to make sure that they have money within their circles. And I said this is why I'm saying that our 844 system was not the best. I don't think it was producing the real person. Going to class for 8 years in a primary, and then you are tested within 2 hours, and that determines who you are, sometimes could not give the exact picture of a person. Or sitting in a class for 4 years, and then you are given an exam within 2 hours, and that maybe that day you are sick, or maybe you have some problem. Sometimes the exams have actually with those policemen and other things that shocked you, and then that portrayed what you are. It has not really produced the very people that we really need in the society. And that is why, and even the what we call the 100 transition, whatever, this is the one that is giving even some more challenges. When to me, Moses Owino Oginga, I'm always saying that this fire issue in the secondary schools are brought because of this 100 transition, whatever. A certain boy has just gotten 100 marks. Someone has gotten 400 marks. You send them to Maranda High School, and you want the same result from them. You put this young boy who have just gotten 100, you want him to perform the same way in biology, chemistry, history, and other things. The same boy that got 400. This person would get another alternative just to ban school so that they are sent home to just have a rest even for 2 days before he get back to school. The pressure could be too high. So we need to regroup people. You need to handle people according to their abilities. Maybe somebody can only sing well. Even that daktari needs somebody to entertain him when it comes to singing. So we need to give a different approach. Through legislation and through consultation, this could be done. We are going to have culture that all our young boys that have not done well in school and are good at other areas will have somewhere to access their ability. I have said and repeating, if you value your woman, I give you a good example, Isaiah. Even do it even to yourself. If you value your wife, give him the best and make sure that there's money on the hand of your wife. You'll always not get it wrong. You'll always not get it wrong. So at the back of my mind, through consultation, through legislation, we are going to make sure that there's some fund for women. Nyamonye market will be, there's something happening within our main market which is called Nyamonye. Somebody is bringing some cash in the morning. I don't know, I don't know whether they are Samoria or what. They bring some cash in the morning. So our women take that cash from them, borrow, and then in the evening you take that cash back with the interest. Just see this, Mr. Isaiah. Unachukua 100,000, unachukua 10,000, then in the evening you take that money with the interest of 10%, with 100 or 20% every day. Why should we let that people do business with the women that way? Yet we have the county government could be doing that. We can give money to that women, regroup them in circles and in groups, so that that money is put into your group, in their groups. They borrow within themselves, and that interest still revolve within them. All the latrines and other things that within the market can be taken care of those women within the market.
Sure, Moses. This will need very, very good leadership skills. It would also need exposure so that you teach the rest what the best tenets of business that they should employ.
So it's just a matter of consulting. This is a matter of consulting and talking to them and get the best way to do things.
Honorable, as we wind up on Sweet Reality Kenya TV in conjunction with Yimbo TV.
Lastly, something that I'm also in my agenda is networking. Networking. How is this networking is key to me. The groups, the youth groups within my ward, if possible, should be doing business with the government institutions. The law put it very well that 30% of every tender within every government institution should be taken to youth, but that has always not been implemented. If we have secondary schools within our area, how can our youth groups be supplying even maize to those secondary schools? How can our youth groups be supplying stationaries to our secondary schools? How can they work with our institutions so that they boost their groups by having a serious circle that can be giving them some funds so that they do business and empower their life? This is very important. Networking is key, Isaiah. I'll be networking with my professional alumni. Every school, I'll try to make sure that I'm in good book with the alumni of that particular school. So for example, when I've just given, maybe a certain school, a polling station has given a list of 10 students who are supposed to be given bursary. But according to me, my office can only facilitate 4. There are some 6 remaining that I don't know where I can take to, but they are needed. They need assistance from my office. I'll not go to leave it to that extent. I'll be calling upon the alumni of that particular school to help me raise some funds so that at least we facilitate these children to go to school before we access the bursary to next financial year. Networking will be driving me to go to the MP, elected MP, so that I also tell him that I had some few people from this particular station. I've given 5, the 6 are remaining. Kindly assist me so that at least we get them somewhere. Women rep have got some funds. Networking will driving me to her so that we help this particular school. I've realized that we cannot achieve our 2030 vision if we don't involve our professionals in the management of affairs within our locality. Most of schools, if you walk to Owino school, you realize that the leads and the professionals have done a lot. Some of the classes have just been built on their own, from their pockets. So these people, when they are brought into the management of the society, our locality, they will do a lot. I'll try to consult them. Just as I said that I'll be grouping them. Those who are doctors will be helping me understand how we can handle the health issue. Those who are engineers, water engineers, will be helping me understand how we can implement the water issue the best. Those who are doing the agriculture side, all of them will have somewhere to at least give their direction, at least help in assisting, advising on the best way we can do. Home is the best. No, there is no Janarobi, there is no professional staying. No, those people are just renting houses wherever they are. But it is home that eventually they will come and spend the rest of their life till their death. So if you don't make your home the best place, then you are lost. Everybody, wherever he is, he must be thinking about their home. If God help you make a step into certain level, you should be thinking of actually investing to a certain young person, a certain project that actually helps other people on the ground. Thank you, Isaiah. May God bless you.
Jatelo, aparo ni jopiny owinji, koro adwa ni kwa ombulu.
Erokamano Isaiah. Ni jo Yimbo Eastward duto, minena, daena, owetena, rowerewa duto, an Moses Owino Oginga kabolra kabisa akwayo ni miyauru ombulu kochopo nomination mar party mondo abed jachung'nu e Siaya County, mondo akelie telo mar goyo mbaka mondo water mbele Yimbo East e okang' moro machielo. Akwayo kabolra kabisa ni parauru kochopo odiechieng' ma wadhi goyo ombulu mondo igonie Moses Owino Oginga mondo mi adhi abednu jachung' mar Yimbo Eastward. Mondo igona ombulu e party nyiso ni nyaka ibed a member mar party. Ji duto, legislation ma nyokali e assembly cha okelo challenges matin ni seche moko ok idhi go ombulu e nomination kok in a member mar party no. Omiyo akwayo ji duto ma chunygi oyie ni biro goyo ombulu mondo ibed a member mar ODM through online. Nitie kaka inyalo time. The *483*036#. Then odhi keloni weche moko ariyo, verify and register. Kar verify kiketi ID number ni to dhi goloni ka in a member mar ODM gi kama igoye ga kura. To ka ok in a member mar ODM to number 2 wacho ni register, ikete details ni nyingi, polling station, ID number, then within a short time to me number mar ODM. Isebedo a member mar ODM, koro inyalo goyo kura mar nomination. En mana siling achiel kende. Akwayo kabolra ni parauru mondo mi abed jatendu e Yimbo Eastward kubire nomination madhi timre dwe mar 4. Nyasaye mondo gwedhu, Nyasaye obed kodu. Moloyo ahinya walem mondo Nyasaye tichne ma mondo otimore, dwarone otimore, mondo jatelo ma oseketo ne dhi yier oyier. Wabedru gi kwe, kik iyany ng'ato, kik igo ng'ato nikech yiero. Kiny pod an owadu, oyiera ok oyiera, pod wabro romo, wan owete, wan jok kanyachiel. Wabed abeda gi kwe to mondo wayier jatelo ma bodhi ka ji oriwre oganda duto. Nyasaye ogwedhu.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Sweet Reality Kenya TV, in conjunction with the Yimbo TV, has been talking to Honorable Moses Owino Oginga. Honorable Moses Owino Oginga is an aspirant MCA Yimbo East Ward. I am your presenter, Otieno Isaiah. Till next time, do not forget to subscribe to Sweet Reality Kenya TV. This is your online channel that brings you Politics 2022. Ero Rukamano.